So the first example is, so 5% of a number added to 192 is 199. So find the number. So here the question, so seeing the question, it seems that it needs heavy workings. But with the question itself, just oral workings will give you the answer. So 5% of a number, so we'll take the number as n. So 5% of that number is added to 192. So what is the result? Result is 199. So what is the increase? So it is increased by 7, which means that 5% of the number is 7. And we need the number on the whole, that is 100%. So we'll see the working. So here, so we'll take the number as n for the first question, the number as n. So 5% of n is equal to the increase. So how much it has increased from 192? So from 192, after adding 5%, we have got 199. So subtracting, the increase is 7. And we need the number on the whole, that is 100%. So how to get 100% from 5? 5 is a factor of 100. So into 20, you get 100%, and into 20 on the other side. So the number, that is 100% of the number is 140. Or simply the number is 140. So seeing the question itself, you can work out the answer. See, suppose, I'll give you another example. Say 20% of n equal to 120. So it is given that 20% of n is 120. What is 120% of n? So this percentage is question. So when you read the question, it seems to be complicated. But when you understand the concept, it is very simple. So 20% of n is 120, and we need 120% of n. How can you get 120 from 20? Multiply it with 6. You get 120%. So multiply at the right hand side also with 6. So what is 120 into 6? It is 720. So easily with the question itself, you can get the answer. So we'll see the next question. So difference between 79% of a number and 87% of the same number is 53. Find 24% of the same number. So here the question is 79% of a number. So we'll take the number as n, and 87% of the same number. So for the same number, 87% is found, and difference is 53. And with that we can find the number. After finding the number, 24% of the required number is asked. So here the number is same, that is the base is same. So whenever you are discussing on a same number, or when the base is same, so we can work out with the percentages itself. So it is given that difference between 79% of a number and 87% of a number is 53. So what is difference between the percentages? So 79 and 87, so difference is 8. So 8% of the number is 53. And now we find the number on the whole. So 8% if it is 53, what is 100%? And then we will find 24%. But instead of doing that, so direct from 8%, we can get the value 24%. So we will see the working. So here we will take the number as n. And for this number 79% and for the same 87%, difference is 53. So we will work out with percentage itself. So what is difference in the percentage? So 87 minus 79. So this is given as 53. That is 8% is 53. And we need 24%. How can you get 24 from 8 into 3? Into 3. So 159 is the required answer. But 159 is 24% of the number n. So answer is 159. So we'll see the next question. So the next question is, two candidates fought an election. One of them got 65% of the total votes and one with 996 votes. What was the total number of votes polled? So here it is election between only two persons. So one person has got 65% of the total votes. So they have given that he had won the election. So if not also, we know that he had won because he had got more than 50%. So person means 100. So he had got more than half. So this person has got 65% of the votes. Then what will be the votes got by the other person? The remaining votes. So subtract 65 from 100. So it is 35. So the other person would have got 35% of the remaining votes, of the total votes. So now we'll see the working here. So one person gets 65%. Now what will be the percentage of votes got by the other person? So it is 100 minus 65, 35%. So difference is 996. The person who had won has got 996 votes more than the other person. So total votes is same for both. That is, the base is same. We can work out with percentage itself. So 65% minus 35%. So what is difference in percentage? It is 30%. So it means that 30% of the total votes is 996. So we are asked to find the total number of votes. So total number of votes is 100%. So how to find 100%? So 30% is 996. So divide it with 30 into 100, we'll get the total votes. So 30% of total is 996. To find 100% of total, or to find the total votes, so multiply these two and divide by 30. So the total votes is 3320, that is option A. So as here the base is same, so instead of working out separately, so find difference in percentage. 65 minus 30, 30%. So 30% is difference in votes. So 30% of the total is difference in votes, or 30% is 996. To find 100%, divided with 30 and into 100, we get total votes as 3320, and it is option A. So this question was asked in PNB trainee exam 2010. So we'll see the next question. So the next example is, in a test, minimum passing percentage for girls and boys is 30% and 45% respectively. A boy scored 280 marks and failed by 80 marks. How many more marks did a girl require to pass in the test if she scored 108 marks? So here girls percentage, pass percentage, and boys pass percentage is different. For girls it is enough if they get 30%, and for boys they should get 45% to pass the exam. And total marks is same for both. So a boy scores 280 marks. So scoring 280, he fails by 80 marks. It means that he hasn't got 45%. By how many marks he had failed? 80 marks he had failed. So add 80 with 280 with the marks which he had got, you will get the pass mark. So pass mark is 280 plus 80, 360. So which implies 45% is 360. So with that 45% 360, we can find 30% is what is the marks, and that when you subtract 108, we can get the required mark for a girl to pass the exam who gets 108. So we'll see the working here. So when you understand the concept, seeing the question itself, orally you can arrive at the answer. So here pass mark for boys is 45%. And what is the mark got by the person? 280. The boy gets 280, but he fails. It means that he hasn't got 45%. By how many marks he failed? So 80 marks. So when you add 80, he will clear the exam. He will pass the exam. Or pass mark is 360. So which implies 45% is 360. So when 45% is 360, so no need to find the total and all. We will find directly 30%. So what will be 30%? So you can work out ratios also. So 45, 30. The common factor is 15. So 2 is to 3. So 3 parts is 360. What will be 2 parts? So 1 part is 120. So you get 240 is 2 parts. That is 30% of the total is 240. So if a girl gets 240 marks, she will clear the exam. So here the girl has scored how many marks? 108 marks. So how many more marks she requires to pass the exam? She needs 240. So subtract 240 and 108. So 240 is 30% of the total, which is the mark required by a girl to pass the exam. But this girl, she had scored only 108. So subtracting, so we get the required mark, so more marks she needs to clear the exam. So she needs 132 more marks to clear the exam. So getting 108, she needs 132 more marks. So it's option A, 132. So this question also was adapted in IBPS PO exam 2011. So understanding the concept, so you can listen your workings and arrive at the answer quickly and correctly. So we'll see the next example.